Hello there, good morning. It's 6 o'clock. We're with you all the way through until 9, of course. Richard Madeley and Susanna here from 6:30. So much on the show. Hundreds of Britain's biggest firms will be forced to go green under controversial plans to tackle climate change. The Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, will today unveil wide-ranging proposals to rewire the entire global financial system to cut carbon emissions. Let's go live. I mean, these ideas and these words are so big, it's very hard, Richard, isn't it, to understand what practically that actually will mean. Up on some of those points made in Richard's report, we stay with climate change. And our North American correspondent, Noel Phillips, has been in the Bahamas as their Environment Minister, Vaughan Miller, has exclusively told Good Morning Britain that his country and its people are facing extinction because of the current climate crisis. Right, let's talk about COVID. The government fears that waning immunity among double vaccinated people could lead to increased hospitalisations and deaths this winter, as an estimated 4.5 million people have failed to get their COVID booster shots despite being eligible. Well, Dr. Hillary, to try and get people in, GPs were saying we're trying our best. Roll out COVID booster jabs as quickly as, the government is saying we should.
We did so well.
Word also on the fact that there are 60,000 carers who are being forced to be jabbed to Hillary. Now, extraordinary story. Missing 4-year-old Cleo Smith has been found alive and well after disappearing from a campsite in Western Australia more than 2 weeks ago. Cleo vanished from her family's tent near the town of Carnarvon, triggering an enormous search. Louisa James has the latest. An extraordinary story. Everyone was just expecting the worst. Now, pressure is growing on Yorkshire County Cricket Club for its handling of allegations of racism by former player. Prince Andrew's lawyers will meet with Virginia Giuffre's lawyers amid speculation that the sexual abuse claims she brought against the Prince could be dropped. His lawyers have accused Ms Giuffre of carrying out an unjustified public campaign against the Duke of York, who's consistently denied the allegations. As we see, Prince William's camp will be Prince Andrew's camp will be hoping that this is just going to get thrown out. Is that possible? Now, Laura's at COP26 in Glasgow with the weather. Thanks so much. Now, Good Morning Britain here with you all the way through till 9. Richard Madeley and Susanna here from 6:30. And after that, now, first let's get the news, travel and weather where you are. Now, Hurricane Dorian, which devastated the Bahamas in 2019, is having a lasting impact on the community there as locals plead with world leaders at COP26 to stop climate change. As our US correspondent Noel Phillips reports, there's a growing toll on the mental health of those living in the path of environmental disaster. Well, let's go live to the Bahamas. Noel, now 6:22, radio presenter, entertainment correspondent, and frankly, ray of sunshine, Vic Hope. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you in the studio today. And now coming up, Richard Madeley and Susanna here in just a moment. And our favourite morning, in our top story, care homes of Britain's biggest firms will be forced to go green under controversial plans to tackle climate change. Chancellor Rishi Sunak will today unveil wide-ranging proposals to rewire the entire global financial system. The extraordinary story about a missing 4-year-old girl called Cleo Smith. She has, eventually, you won't believe it, been found alive and well. It's very rare for this to happen. She disappeared from a campsite in Western Australia more than 2 weeks ago. Cleo vanished from her family's tent near the town of Carnarvon, triggering, as you might expect, an enormous search effort. But she has been found alive. It's incredible. Louisa James has this story. A 7-minute drive from her family home. That's where she had been all this time. A dingo, you know, the parents had said a dingo had snatched their child. Yeah. But then the parents became suspects. And I think, you know, these parents have had a lot of abuse online, you know, with people, you know, suspecting them. Every first 24 hours, you know, that's it, critical. And this is, I mean, it's astonishing.
Thank goodness.
And to see there's a picture of her smiling.
She looks well, doesn't she?
Amazing.
She's like, I mean, so right, Ranvir, though. It's such an unusual outcome when a child goes missing for that long.
She was a 7-minute drive from her family home. It's kind of, and also there was another story, wasn't there, a while ago about a dingo, you know, the
single minute, second of that 18 days.
Don't
fearful of what's happened.
Well, they always say the
Your
first
child.
24 hours, you know, that's it, critical. And this is, I mean,